All right. It is time.
Let's do it. Ooh, the most important planet in Star Wars.
The fight is done.
Oh, man.
We lost.
Who's he talking to?
Qui-Gon
Jinn.
Stay hidden.
Oh my God, he looks so good.
Duel of the Fates.
Let's go.
Kenobi.
The key
That's an Inquisitor ship.
to hunting Jedi
Inquisitors in live action.
is
Let's go.
patience.
Oh my God.
That was Grand
Jedi
Inquisitor.
cannot help what they are. Their compassion
Ooh,
leaves
Bro.
a trail.
Uncle Owen stepping in.
I know.
The Jedi code is like an itch.
So good to see
You
Empire
cannot
again.
help it. Where is he?
That's not Tatooine. Oh, dude,
Qui-Gon Jinn.
that is so awesome.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right. For first reactions, I think he's talking to Qui-Gon.
Oh yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I'm hoping. I'm really hoping.
Yeah. I loved what the Inquisitors are saying. Whoever's talking, which I think it's going to be Grand Inquisitor, who's given us this monologue that we saw, and it's going to be it was a big theme in Star Wars Rebels, the animated series, where like Rebels and Jedi, they can't not help people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so they're just going to be ruthless to draw out Jedi.
Oh yeah.
You know, go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
No. I think that's spot on. And you can see that with the scene in Tatooine where somebody's been hung, and you know the shot with Uncle Ben. Yeah,
She was force choking him.
force.
Yeah, she had her hand. She had her hand
I
up.
didn't
She
see
is
that.
yes. That is Reeve. It's Reeve or Riva. I can't remember. She's a new Inquisitor. And we saw the fifth brother sitting at the table. So we're gonna see some new. We're gonna not necessarily new, and I mean it's not 100% for sure, but it looked like fifth brother.
Yeah.
And we see fifth brother in Rebels.
Oh yeah.
As well. So tying in some timeline stuff there. Sorry, go ahead again.
No. And tying in Rebels, I think is incredibly smart. You know, it's all happening at the same time, obviously, but I'm really excited to see where they're going. I'm glad that it's Tatooine and we only got a couple of shots of Obi-Wan and what he's doing, which I think is really interesting because it's setting the stage and kind of building the world around him. We know his story. We know who he is.
Yeah.
But what's the world that he's living in during this time? So that's what I'm really excited about. I'm really excited to see the other planets that they're going to, because you had the neon lights and everything of that one place that I want to know where they're going. They threw a lot at us. Like, I'm thinking about the reaction we did for Book of Boba Fett, and there was we were like, where's the hype? You know, it was mostly just scenes of Boba Fett and a bunch of just random stuff. This had so much in it.
Dude, that's a good point. How do you feel already about the marketing for Book of Boba Fett, and now the marketing that, like, just on one trailer alone, somehow I'm already reeled in. And as most people that, you know me in the show, I was not overly excited about Book of Boba Fett in the first place. And, you know, the show ended up being more good than bad, but how do you feel about, do you want more trailers? Cause you're not a spoiler guy.
No, I'm not a spoiler guy. I'm the guy who didn't watch any of the trailers for Spider-Man No Way Home. I didn't watch any of them because I didn't want to see them. But and if this is the only trailer we end up getting, I'm for it. This can be the only one that I see until
I think we
May.
get one more.
Yeah, and I think it'll be more
more.
focused on Obi-Wan and showing more of Ewan McGregor as the character and such. I think that'll be more of the focus. But no, it is compared to the Book of Boba Fett. I am more hype about this. Boba Fett, the show, it felt like the marketing was more focused on, hey, it's that character that everyone loved growing up, instead of this is the story that we're trying to build.
Yeah, and I think too, I wonder, it's interesting that we did not see, that we didn't see Darth Vader, right? That I thought for sure Hayden's already been announced. We know Darth Vader's in here. We hear the breathing at the end, but they still don't show him. So
I think that's smart.
Yeah,
I think that's
do too.
Really smart.
Yeah.
Because and I'm hoping for something of the Mandalorian thing where we don't know. Like maybe we don't see Darth Vader in any of the trailers until he shows up in the show. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Now, you've played through Jedi Fallen Order, correct?
Yes.
Okay. One of the main, so spoilers for Jedi Fallen Order, if you don't already know, one of the main Inquisitors kind of sees that, obviously being a former Jedi and then her becoming Inquisitor, that's not the way, right? And she kind of comes back. What are the chances that this story splits off and we're following two people? One episode is Kenobi, the other episode, maybe it's a Reva episode. Where Reva is this Sith Inquisitor, former Jedi, who's struggling with, where she is in the universe, what her overall mission is.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting storyline, and this is the era of Star Wars that I'm really curious about, and I've really enjoyed, especially playing Fallen Order and having that struggle between what's right and what's wrong. How important is it to survive? And for some of these Jedi and Padawans that got away, becoming an Inquisitor was just a way of survival. They don't like what they're doing, or they don't care what they're doing. They just wanted to keep living. And so having that humanity being built into Jedis and Sith and the Empire, the character building that they could do in this show has a lot of potential.
Yeah. What's on your scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely, 1 being not happening, are we seeing Qui-Gon?
I'm gonna put it at a solid 8.
8.
I'm going it at 10. An 8. You're going with a 10.
I'm going 10. There's no way he doesn't show up.
Why a 10?
So in the Entertainment Weekly pictures, there's a picture of Obi-Wan just sitting in a cave.
Oh.
And it's very reminiscent of the Mortis arc in Clone Wars when Obi-Wan is in the cave on that planet and Obi-Wan appears to him. It just seems like a very quiet place where Obi-Wan could go to do this training that Yoda had given him at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
The only thing I could say is we've never seen what Ben Kenobi's home is. We don't know where he lived during his time on Tatooine. He could have lived in a cave. For all we know. He was just known as a hermit.
Well, he brings Luke back to his house in A New Hope.
Crap, he does. I'm dumb.
But
I'm the casual fan, by the way.
You're the casual. Come on, bro. You're embarrassing me. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
so
much hate in the comments.
It's they're gonna tear you apart, bro. I'm sorry. Like it's like in Mando in Mando season 2 when he hangs up the guy and he shoots out the light. All the fans are the little red-eyed creatures.
Yeah. That's the commenters.
Yeah, that's the commenters. 10. I think we're seeing him. I don't think there's room in this show without having Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
And elephant in the room, Duel of Fates played.
I know. Man, and nothing will get your heart rate going faster than hearing that. And you're right. That is a good tie-in. That is a great tie-in for Obi-Wan. And not Obi-Wan, but Qui-Gon being in this as well. Yeah.
And Maul.
Yeah.
I mean, Maul
also
is still alive during this timeline. But
exactly.
I don't think
they won't retread old ground.
No, we a lot of people speculated that, we're going to see the final confrontation between Maul and Obi-Wan. We already saw that, guys. It's in Rebels. Like we're not going to we're not redoing it. And besides, that's not this Obi-Wan. That's Alec Guinness Obi-Wan. It's very specifically animated like that for a reason. And I do not see them redoing that, but it doesn't mean that someone else can't run into Maul. Because remember, Maul finally I keep wanting to say Mortis, but it's not Mortis. But in Clone Wars, he finally gets off that planet, after his confrontation with Phoenix crew and Ezra and everything.
Yeah.
And who's not to say there's a time period before, getting back to Ezra to bring the holocrons together so that he has his ultimate vision of going to Tatooine to find Obi-Wan, where he could have like dealings with the Inquisitors that we see in the show. We know that he's not going to see Obi-Wan because we see him find him, but there still is room for him to show up in the show.
Correct me if I'm wrong. During this time period, isn't, and then again, it's because of my lack of knowledge of Rebels. I'm thinking of Solo. I'm thinking of the Solo movie, where Maul is over the
crime syndicate.
The crime syndicate.
Yep.
We don't know, how the Empire is interacting with them. We know that they do, but at the same time, Maul could have a conversation with somebody.
We know
Sam
that
Witwer
this
could show
is.
back up.
Oh, he's going to be in every episode. We already know
absolutely.
that. This
But
is casual kids, poorly written show notes.
I know. There's going to be poorly written show notes.
Okay. Okay, yes. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Okay, yes.
But at this point, with Disney's track record with not just Star Wars but Marvel, they're always going to try to put a surprise in there for us. They're always going to do something that's not going to be in the trailer that is going to throw us for a loop and cause chaos. And I'm looking forward to whatever they throw at us.
Yeah. So no, this is that time where Maul could be doing his own stuff, and once again. There's a place for him to show up, but them having a duel is just not going to happen. If it did, it would literally be the most giant retcon I've ever seen in the entirety of my life, which their current retconning track record is
not great.
Not great. Yeah. No. But final thoughts before we once again, this is the gut reaction before we get into our second watch.
10 out of 10. I was already hyped for the show. The moment they announced it, it's a great story idea for Star Wars, and it creates more world building. And now somehow I'm more hyped. I'm ready. May cannot get here fast enough.
Yeah, it seriously can't. It's going to be here before we know it.
Oh, I know.
So that was our gut reaction, our insta take, if you will. Final thoughts for me. I thought Ewan looked good. I'm not a fan of his current garb, he's kind of dressing down, which that's for obvious reasons. He wants to be in disguise. But I think the Inquisitors look great. I love the spinning lightsaber. I'm glad that we're going to see it in live action. I wonder if we're going to see them fly with it though.
Maybe. Yeah, that might be a maybe, but seeing it in live action, that's cool enough.
Yeah. Well, before we get into that second watch, thank you guys for sticking with us for the Insta Take for Kenobi, the official trailer that dropped today.